everyone, it's so unfortunate that I'm actually talking about this, yeah, that there actually might be a Super League. Like these top teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Juventus, all these top teams are actually pushing for this. Like it's actually upsetting. It's gross. They're money grabbing people, the ones at the top. They do not understand the nature of football. They do not understand the fabric of football. They do not understand that fans make the sport. Competition makes the sport. Not running away to make sure you play in a weekly event so that you get 300 million per year rather than the 150 million in Champions League. Yes, the Champions League ain't perfect. Yes, people cry about the away goal rule. Yes, there's some things that can be modified. But it's better speaking about it rather than running away about it. But we all know it's people at the top and they're power hungry. So for the ones who do not know, there are 12 teams, 6 in England, 3 in Italy, 3 in Spain, who've actually proposed the idea of a Super League, a private league where no team actually gets relegated. Imagine that, no team actually gets relegated. We live in a society where you're rewarded on the basis of meritocracy. And what? Your team doesn't perform well, we're just going to say, yes, you can stay in this league. Like, come on. Like, it's absolutely gross. I do not understand their thought process. But obviously I do, because all they're interested in is getting the revenue, getting the money. Like Eric Cantona once said, yeah, football was made by the poor, but it was stole by the rich. And it's been made into a business, and we are seeing this right now come to life. We've been seeing it for the last 10 to 15 years. Chelsea coming along, Man City coming along, and people have been saying their Premier Leagues, their Champions League, Chelsea have won. They are plastic. They're not the same as other clubs like Leicester winning the Premier League. Because what people will never understand, yeah, is that football stems from the fans. Fans should be thought of first, man. Working class environments, the community, the togetherness. That's where football is founded on. Imagine having a bad day at school. Imagine having a bad day at work, but knowing that you can roar. You can literally cheer your team on throughout the whole game, and that can literally change your whole mood for a week. Like, fans in football are so loyal. They should not be facing this. They should not be facing, what is it, £600, £700 ticket prices, because only the rich people will probably be able to actually afford these tickets. They're not going to be able to watch these teams across America, going to Saudi Arabia, going to Qatar to compete week in, week out. They're the ones who built this club. Liverpool, working-based environment, working class people built Liverpool FC. You'll never walk alone. We embodied that. That's the spirit of Liverpool. That's the fabric. That's literally what Liverpool stand for. And now it's become a slogan? It's literally become a slogan now. We're just saying it for the sake of saying it. It actually doesn't mean anything. We do not live up to those words because we have literally agreed to it. Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool have no excuses, like Gary Neville said. We absolutely have no excuses because we should know that the fans built our clubs. We should know that in Manchester, in Liverpool, in North London for Arsenal, literally our fans built this club, and this is how we're going to repay them. You see managers, you hear football players, you hear pundits, you're always talking about the fans because that's who make the sport. And now they're literally going for a money grab, these owners. That's how they're repaying our fans. That's how they're repaying us. They don't understand that Liverpool, the atmosphere. I have seen fans literally win in goals. Not the players. I know that sounds ridiculous, yeah? But at 3-0 defeat, I was under coach watching when Liverpool lost to Barcelona in the 2019 semi-finals, yeah? In the Camp Nou. And then we came back 4-0. Literally scored Origi Wijnaldum. You think Origi can do that by himself in an empty crowd? No, he can't. No offence to him. But the fans willed him. The fans willed Wijnaldum for those headers. Literally, at the Kop end, the fans have some sort of electricity. They have the spirit. Literally, it's embodied within us. We give the players the heart, the ambition, the drive to literally finish games out, see results through. We're the ones who do this. And this is how we're getting repaid. You're not going to get this atmosphere when you have so many rich Saudi Arabian people lined up laughing like, yes, thank God we got this competition sorted. When literally no fans are there to literally cheer the team on. It sounds so weird, but football, man, men are so loyal to football. They may be not loyal for anything else, but in terms of football, that's one thing men will always stand by. They're one club people and they'll never turn their back on the team. And the actual thing which really angers me, which you actually have to put into context, we actually put this situation into actual context. It's absolutely ridiculous. The teams in the Premier League which actually voted for this: 5th place Chelsea, 6th place Liverpool, 7th place Tottenham, 9th place Arsenal. The losers of the Premier League voted for this because they do not. They understand they can't handle the competition. They don't want to see teams like Leicester. They don't want to see teams like West Ham do better than them, like they're doing right now. Because they know they're missing out on 150 million in the Champions League. That's why they have to run away into their little corner and try to create a league. Because they know they're not good enough. Even though you have all the funds in the Premier League to actually try to buy good players. But it's not their fault you don't have good investment. It's not their fault you don't have a good structure. It's not their fault that Leicester can replace Kante with Ndidi. It's not their fault that Leicester literally finds hidden gems wherever. And teams like Arsenal can't. Teams like Tottenham can't. Teams like Man United can't. They always spend money but they can't. It's not their fault, and now you're punishing them because you're just inadequate at your job, incompetent. Just because you don't know how to do your job, just because you're a loser, now you're running away. Like, honestly, how dare you? Tottenham Hotspur, you're a loser club, and I'm not even trying to say this to be funny, but you're a loser club, yeah? How dare you get invited? What have you won in the last 13, 14 years? I'll wait. No, what have you actually won for the last 13 to 14 years? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going, and that's why you're going now. Because you haven't won a trophy in the last 13 to 14 years. With all that money, with a brand new stadium, you couldn't even build a team around Harry Kane to win a title. So now you're scared and now you're running off to get even more money. You're not even going to invest in the team. How dare you, Arsenal? When was the last time you won the Premier League, Arsenal? It's been 17 years and you have the audacity, you have the temerity to be demanding that you should be competing in the highest competition week in, week out when you haven't even earned it. It makes no sense. And that's literally slapping competition in the face. Just because you haven't been good enough, just because smaller clubs have been better than you, just because Leicester, just because West Ham, like I've said, just because other teams, even leagues like 2 or 3 points behind you, just because they're doing better, doesn't mean you have to run away. Do you see fans run away from the team? No. Do you see fans, season ticket holders, do you see your ground empty when you're finishing 9th or 10th? If you're finishing 9th or 10th, I guarantee you're still selling 50,000 at the Emirates every single week. It doesn't even matter. So I don't even understand how you're not prioritizing the fans. I don't even understand how you're not taking it into consideration. Even Liverpool, what, won one Premier League in 25, 30 years. Well, Champions League 2 years ago. And now we're having one of the worst seasons we've had for a long time. And now we're just going to run away. Now we're running away because we're not going to have the funds. We're not going to have the financial support, yeah? Because we're not going to be in the Champions League next season. This is what we do. We're just going to run away from competition. That's the beauty about sports. We compete. The beauty about football, man. If you ask any football fan, I guarantee you, yeah, which was their favourite season? Yeah? And it wasn't like their team won the Premier League or the Champions League. They're going to say the 2015-16 season when Leicester, the underdogs, the team which nearly got relegated the season before, where Nigel Pearson was unfairly sacked, which led to Ranieri winning the Premier League with them. They're going to say that because football, we love fairy tales. We love seeing the impossible happen. We love seeing Wigan winning the FA Cup. We love seeing Ajax go all the way to the semi-finals, literally 1 kick away or 2 minutes away from going to the finals against Liverpool in the Champions League. We love these fairy tales. Because we see the fans, we see their passion, we see their charisma, we see their support, their love, their compassion for the club. That's what we love. We don't want to see that replaced with just only the rich can watch their teams. No atmosphere in stadiums. It's going to be like some business meeting where all the rich people just meet up and it's going to be a quiet game. Like, you know what the rich people do? I don't know, like in Chelsea where they throw the balls and that and they hit the bowling balls. I don't know what's that called. That's what it's going to be like. It's going to be quiet and you're just going to see people clapping like, come on, seriously. Seriously, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Man United only made the Champions League 4 in the last 8 years and now you're running away. Haven't won the Premier League for 8 years. Have all the money in the world, but you can't invest it in the right areas. That's not other clubs' fault. That's your fault. So how dare you think you should be in this league as well when you haven't been consistent? Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, all 4 clubs I just named haven't been consistent, but they think they have some divine right to be in this league. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. It's going to ruin football. The fabric, the ethos, what football represents, what football means to people. It's a microcosm of enjoyment where people can get away from their real life and literally unite with people they haven't even met, but literally have the same respect, the same love for the team, which connects them, which literally brings them a bond together. And that's all going to be removed just because people just want to be money hungry? Honestly, I expected so much better from the Premier League clubs. I honestly thought they wouldn't fall for it. But let's be honest, what? 2, 3 owners right now. Liverpool, Man United have American owners, and they see how it is in America about a playoff system, no relegation, so you don't really get punished. You don't lose out on any sort of big payout which they'll give in the Super League. So literally, that culture is getting flooded into England and over Europe as well with other teams. Like it really makes my heart, man. I hate it. I just hate it. It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Even teams like AC Milan. How are you going to be in the competition? What have you done for the last 14 years? You've become a nobody. You've become a nobody club. The last time you were relevant was like in 2007, and ever since then, you just fell off. And now you deserve to be in this league. You deserve to have this secret password which no one else with other teams come literally hustle every single week. Leicester, West Ham, every other team, Wolves, hustle week in, week out. And they don't get to be in this competition? And the thing is, it's so sad what we say about the Premier League. It's the most competitive league in the world. We love it. It used to be two horse races with Man United versus Arsenal or Man United versus Chelsea. Then we had 4 teams, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. And now we have Man City and Tottenham. And that's why we love it, because even teams like Leicester are coming into the race as well. But that's the exact thing that these top sides suddenly despise. They despise it because they know these teams are literally stealing their money, their entitled money that they literally should own because they weren't good enough for a specific season. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, honestly, I'm just upset. And I'm so glad Mourinho stood up against it. That's why Mourinho was sacked. It wasn't because he's been doing that bad this season. Honestly, he has been doing bad. But the timing, really? You think Tottenham Hotspur are going to fire such a successful manager before a cup final against Man City? When we all know Mourinho one-off games can literally get the job down. You think Daniel Levy would have done that because he's that scared that Mourinho's going to lose a final? I'm thinking, what? He's going to find a replacement in a week to get the squad of players that he doesn't even know prepared to verse the best team in the country. You think Daniel Levy is that stupid to do that? No. He fired him because he knows that Mourinho is opposed to the Super League and he wants a yes man who's going to be at the tables and be like, yes, I'm just going to mind my own business as long as I get paid, as long as I do Tottenham well. That's why Mourinho was sacked. And I'm so glad that Mourinho stepped up for football, and other managers, other players, they need to speak out, and Herrera has spoken out, which is great. But we need more of that. We need literally more of that so we can literally try oppose this and form some sort of wall, man, some sort of barrier against this to stop this from happening. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys think like a Super League's good, if you want to see Barcelona and Roma just play every single game. Like, doesn't that literally remove the enjoyment? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you eat chicken every single day, okay, not chicken because chicken's great, yeah? But if you eat something every single day, eventually it's not going to taste as good the last time as it did the first time, you know what I mean? So seeing Barcelona versus Man City, yeah, every single other week, like, that's boring, man. You get so used to it, and it becomes plain, it becomes dull. You know what I mean, man? It just becomes dull because you're used to seeing it. We usually salvage those nights in Champions League semi-finals, quarterfinals. That's what we look forward to because it doesn't happen as often. The rare things excite us, but if it becomes a normality, it just becomes boring. It just becomes boring. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, what you guys think of the Super League, and I'll see you in the next video.